So here's another dish that you guys have actually requested on Cooking with Emily. I know some of you see my social media sites and you see some of the photographs of the food that I make at home and say, I want the recipe for that. Can you show me how to make it? Well, here it is. This is the one for granola. It is a bit of a decadent one. I'm not going to deny that. We have got some naughty stuff going in here, but you can make it a little bit healthier. Also, don't forget that all these recipes are on my website, so don't worry about taking down ingredients. Make sure you get it all. So in this pot here, this is the naughty stuff. We have got 55 grams of butter, we have got 60 grams of honey, 25 grams of golden syrup and 85 grams of demerara sugar, and all we've done is just melt that down real gently on a stove so that it's obviously easier to place in the granola. Again, don't worry, because if you want to make this healthier, you can do. You can use things like maple syrup and honey and any other sweet substitute, but a granola has to have that sticky crunch to it. So you're gonna have to have some naughty in it to be able to do it, unfortunately. But it's also decadent for a reason. At the end, there's going to be a little Emily twist. Oh yeah, I use granola not just for breakfast, not just as a cereal, but for something else as well, which may just interest you, so stay tuned. So what else have we got on here? Well, you can use any nuts and that you want, but this one is my favourite. Now I'm just going to clear a little area here so that you can see. And first of all, we've got lots of different chopped nuts, and so I've got 30 grams here of hazelnuts, so in they go. I like roughly chopping my nuts for a reason, because I like some different textures, so you'll not get them in a blender for me. You've got here 80 grams of pecans, in they go. You have also got, where are they? 60 grams here of the flaked almonds. I do like almonds, they're one of my favourite things. I like almond essence, almond anything, it's gorgeous. We've got about 35 to 40 grams of pistachios. Again, I've left some whole and I've chopped some up fine because I do like to have a lot of different texture. We've also got here 70 grams of sunflower seeds. Great for skin, great for hair, fantastic. And 45 grams of desiccated coconut. I love coconut. It's again another one of my favourite things. Sometimes I will add maybe a little bit more coconut in there. And of course porridge oats. We've got 125 grams of those there. Now all I'm going to do is just get a spoon and I'm just going to mix up the dry ingredients there. We've got that in there. The other thing I like to add is a little bit of vanilla bean extract. Use extract, do not use the horrible synthetic essence. I hate the stuff. So all we're going to do is we're going to put that actually into this nice treacly mix here, and we're going to put about a teaspoon of that in there, and we're just going to mix that in to the sugar and the syrup. Now behind me you will hear the oven. It's set at 150 degrees and that's gas mark around 2 to 3. There we go. So we're just going to stick all this gooiness, there we go, into the pan, into the bowl here, and then I'm just going to take my spoon and I'm just going to mix it round. I'm just starting to bring it together, but we've got actually one more ingredient that I want to add before I really fully combine it, and that's orange. I love some zesty orange, and here we go. I need 2 of these oranges, 2 nice ones. When I was making this about 3 to 4 weeks ago, I like making a batch and storing it in a jar, and I'd run out. And I was in a particular rush, a real rush. So grabbed all the nuts, all the bags off the shelves, and one thing another, picked picked up 2 oranges, went home, started making it. Cooked beautifully, tasted a bit strange, tasted a bit bitter. Inadvertently, instead of picking up normal oranges, I picked up marmalade oranges. I did still eat it. It needed a little bit more sweetness because marmalade oranges are incredibly bitter. So once you've got everything nicely combined, it might take a few minutes because you know you've got the porridge oats and everything in there and you want it all to soak up. You're going to need a nice tray, good sized tray, and all you're going to do is just pour it in. And then you're going to pop it in the oven, but every around sort of 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to take it out the oven and you're just going to move it. So obviously, you know, the nuts and that at the bottom actually get amalgamated as well and get toasted. So about every 15 to 20 minutes, just take it out the oven, just give it a quick, you know, munch around and then pop it back. And you want to do this for about an hour. So here we have the finished granola, and what you need to do is when you take it out of the oven after about an hour, you'll notice it's all lovely golden and toasty and brown. You just have to let it really cool down, and what happens then is you end up with this gorgeous crunchy and crispy granola. See, when it comes out the oven, it's still pretty soft and sticky, but it's that cooling of it that actually gives it its crispness. Now, what I like to do then is obviously to stick it in a jar, which I'm going to do in a minute. But I told you there was a little twist, a little Emily twist here, and I like to make a nice dessert. So what you do is you can get a nice little glass, and I've just, while that granola was cooking, I've just stewed some rhubarb there, can you see? And all I've done is just chop up a little bit of rhubarb, a little splash of water, a couple of teaspoons of sugar and a couple of drops of vanilla. I like to pop some of this at the bottom. Then I'm going to get some of this gorgeous Greek yogurt. You could even use cream or custard if you wanted, even a cold custard, now that would be nice. And then we're going to put some of this gorgeous, gorgeous, crunchy granola on top. So that's just one way of being able to have, you know, something that's maybe not breakfast, although you could use this actually as a nice breakfast pot as well.